The art of selling. Who here in the room is an immigrant? Welcome to Canada. Love it. I'm an immigrant. Arrived in this country 6 years old. My parents taught me how to hustle. All my life I've been hustling. That's all I know how to do. I am a sales guy. You're like, TechTO, sales guy? What's he doing? Yeah, that's frozen food. That's cactuses. And we got this. So, I've had a job all my life, so it's been about 25 years now since I've been selling. I did start selling frozen food door to door. I sold cactuses and bonsai at the CNE. I had my own little booth at the horticultural building, and I sold cactuses and bonsais. I then went overseas to do my MBA. I got involved with a tech company. It was my first tech job. They created something called the voicemail. I traveled the world. I've been to 80 countries. I sold to more than 300 operators in the world, selling them something called voicemail. Then I sold them something called SMS. People didn't know what SMS was, text messaging platform. And from there, I left and I started a company out of Boston called JumpTap. 9 years, mobile advertising. Really the claim to fame is drove 100 million downloads for Angry Birds. I drove 400 million downloads for Candy Crush. What's the lesson learned? Sell yourself, not the product. All these things, I never sold a product. You came to the CNE buying cotton candy and going on a ride. You never thought you're going to be schlepping an 800-pound cactus into the car. Well, let me tell you, that's what happened if you went by my booth. A couple of guys in Finland, when I met them, said to me, we're creating a game, you're going to flick your finger, it's going to knock down some buildings. I said, great. How can I help you? Well, we'd love people to download it. There were a lot of guys that could offer that help. I don't know why they chose us. We didn't have much of a solution back then. I guess I was able to sell myself and not the product. Number one lesson I can give anybody today in selling and helping, move your product, your company, it's never about the product. I'll give you one other example. Voicemail. Shit, I was up against Alcatel-Lucent, Unisys. I was up against everybody. I'm talking $20 million deals, $3 million deals. I was able to get the RFP and win it. We didn't have the right product. Shit, we didn't even have a product. We had slides. That's the art of selling. Losing a deal. Yeah, where's Lavinia? That's all for Lavinia. She helped me with the puppy. I knew you'd get an emotion out of that. It's for Lavinia. Losing a deal. How many people in this room have lost a deal? Great, perfect. Never, ever take it personally. Shit, the amount of deals I've lost in my life. Running home and saying, I've got an LOI for $18 million from Sprint. LOI, by the way, is letter of intent. Same thing like a term sheet with a VC, only there's no such thing until you see the money in the account. There's no such thing as a term sheet. You got to see the money in the account. Same thing with an LOI. I had an LOI. Who gives a shit? We didn't have a deal, okay? But you know what? I never took it personally. I never took it personally. I always remained in contact with all the network and the people that I did business with. And the reason is, lesson learned, never burn your bridges. You think this community is small? Let me tell you something. When you leave this room and head to New York, same people you're going to meet. The Valley, Israel, Germany, doesn't matter where. It's a small network. And in fact, the same guy that I lost the deal to at Sprint, 2 years later was Verizon and gave me the business. Never burn bridges. Who's the salesperson? So how many people in this room have an idea and want to launch a company? Show of hands. Beautiful, pretty good sign. I'm an angel investor. I've invested in a bunch of companies in Canada, in the States, and overseas. I will say the number one thing for me is certainly like everybody else who cares about the idea. I don't give a shit about the idea. Execution, team, yeah, everybody says the same thing. For me is, who's the sales guy in the team? That's my number one thing. I love it how people say to me, I've got 2, 3 guys. We come out of, Stanford. We're the best coders. Who gives a shit? I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I got a lot of respect for a lot of the coders. I really do. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to go sell that product. And a lot of times I see a mistake with the fundamental teams trying to launch a company. They don't have that person going to sell frozen food door to door. lesson learned. First, make the sale. I don't give a f about the business plan. Who cares about the prototype? Who cares about the demo? Who is the guy, the girl, who is the one knocking on doors, getting 100 people to pay for that product? Get them to pay for the product. Get somebody buying that thing. Then go build the prototype. Then go do the demo. Then go build the slide deck for the VC. I think a lot of people today lack that. A couple more slides and I'm done. Why didn't I get the job? Yes, I have. By the way, I did want to launch my next company, not in Boston, in Toronto. We launched Platterz March of 2015. The reason is there is no better place to launch a company, and it is Toronto. And I decided it was going to be in Toronto for a number of reasons, because I will tell you I was sick and tired of the people from Harvard and MIT as our engineers. We got way better talent in this country, and that's the reason I came to launch this company in Toronto. But I do get a lot of people saying to me, you know, come for an interview, how come I don't get the job? I got the economics degree, I've got the MBA. Again, sorry, who gives a shit? I mean, honestly, a lot of people have, you know, the same degree, they have the same resume, they've got the same thing. At the end of the day, I don't know why this, you know, there's this phenomenon where, like, I graduated university, I gotta get my starting job at 50K, 40K. Why not just come and say, shit, I really learned about what you do. I love what you do. I'm passionate about what you do. Can I just come work for you? You know how many people, I jumped up, we had 300 people. People that came off the street, call it, and said, I want to come bust my ass. You think in 2-3 months after they proved themselves, I let them go? No, they end up being our best employees. Lesson learned. Let me prove myself. Do not have this notion that you think because you've got the degree, you're out there, just come prove yourself. You're young, you're hungry. Go prove yourself. If you're good, no employer's gonna let you go. In closing, hustle, and then hustle some more. That is, I will leave this with you know, everyone's got quotes, Steve Jobs, you know, Rupert, everybody's got the quotes. No, I don't have my own quote. I'm gonna copy somebody's quote. It is actually Alibaba, Jack, and I love his thing, and that's been my philosophy for 25 years. Success to me, the quality of my relationships. That's what success is to me. It's nothing to do with what I sold, what we built, and so forth. It's the quality of my relationships, whether it's my spouse, whether it's my friends, whether it's the people I've done business with. That is what success is to me. If you like to hustle, come to Platterz, because we are looking for hustlers. Two questions. Yes.
Yeah, fantastic talk. I wanted to, is it working? Yeah. I wanted to ask if you have an option to sell A, B, C, which should you pick and why? Because you sort of neglected the passion or the relationship with the product. You totally talked about selling. So if you have to sell A, B, C, what would you select and why?
Again, it's what is ABC? I mean, is ABC the product that you're trying to pitch to somebody?
That's right.
Again, for me, anything that I looked like at life and the things that I do today, even when we launched Platterz, the first thing I did was I went and talked to 100 companies that are willing to pay for our service. Before we go and built the product, and my co-founder's here, and he built the site immediately after we started getting validation. But I don't think there's a rule in the sense of product A, B, or C. I think it's all about building that relationship with the other side. Half the times I didn't even push the product. I went to 3 different meetings. I flew around and I said, your family, what's going on in your life, and the important thing is I took notes. So when I met that person the week after, I said, oh, how was Katie's ballet recital? That meant more to the person than me trying to push in the product. Build relationship first, not the product. Yeah, so the question was, about, promoting yourself and so forth, selling yourself. How do you do it? Be humble, over the top. It is actually a phenomenal question, and I do, mentor a lot of startups as well, and I speak to a lot about this, that there's really such a fine line between arrogance and being self-confident. There really is a fine line, and you got to be careful not to step over that line. There's something completely different about being self-confident. Walking into my office, looking me in the eyes and saying, you know what? I really think I can do the job for you. I love what you're doing. I'm really confident in my abilities and so forth. It's such a different approach than somebody coming and saying, listen, I'm the best there is. Okay? I was top of the class at Ivy Western. I was top of the class at Ivy Western. Okay? At the end of the day, be humble. Most of my team is here. They will tell you it's the number one thing I preach to them. Keep your egos in check. We are not here. We're not we're not claiming to be the best there is. Be humble at what you do. But it's a great question because it's a fine line between being very confident in what you do and being arrogant, conceited, and so forth. Thank you. Thank you.